Hello, galactic ones. This is part two. I'm just going to jump right back in where I left off in the last video. We are talking about what are the collective things that block you, that pop up from when I say apply the knowledge you've learned. Starting with food, grow your own food. And you say, okay, yes, I can look up and learn to grow my own food. But, what was the but? Is it that you don't have the time? And do you not have time because, no, not you're working anymore. That's not it. COVID happened. So, but you're working up here to figure out how to make money still. You're still blocked. You're still locked in your mind in a cell, a jail cell. Or is it your phone, your cell phone? You're stuck in your phone all day. Okay, so you're stuck in your phone trying to figure out what to do, but the only way out is through. And that's where I left off. The only way out is through. They've got your phonics, your words, locked in a cell, okay? And so you're going to have to use this knowledge and information you know in the cell phone to regurgitate, use it to heal, help humanity, to get to know yourself, to research yourself, to learn and hear this stuff and say, this resonates with me, I need this, this is the information I do need, this is the information I don't need, and to block that out. So you can start as small as adding a couple of good foods. Okay, you can't go plant stuff right just yet. Okay, fine. Spring's coming. Just prepare yourself. Get ready. Know what seasons, know which foods, know what you're going to plant. Planning is going to help us so much this time. Okay, you got to go listen to the first one. I really went into some things that you need to understand about the energy we just left and the lessons that need to come over with you and very quickly, because we're quantum leaping. And so if you want to quantum leap yourself and you want to be a part of this or jump to your higher self or be effective to humanity in a new way that you didn't think was possible before, you need to go hear the first video, listen to this, and apply the knowledge, okay? Do these things, okay? It's about what you add, not more than it is what you take away. The things that you know you need to take away are acknowledgement of darkness, acknowledgement of bad habits. When I say darkness, your darker side, the things, the details that you wanted to ignore. Go listen to the first video about those details. So there's details you wanted to ignore in the last age that now have come to surface. And so we see them, we know them. Everyone can see now above duality. So we see what your problems are, and we see, you know, what you're really good at, what you're amazing at, what your gifts are, okay? And so, yes, focus on what your gifts are, what you're amazing at, okay? Give those things back. Start doing that. Just apply that knowledge. The other stuff, yeah, it's still there. Yeah, it needs to change. It will transmute. It will change. The universe is already working to conspire, to put you in situations to raise your frequency. And that may look like character change. That may look like, you know, shaving people in your life. That may look like people you can't shed in your life that you thought you should or wanted to. But it's you that has to do some transforming in order to transform those relationships for you to learn to be your highest self, to work in community. Again, listen to the last video, because this age is about community. You're going to have to learn yourself, transform yourself, and grow yourself amongst community. Plants are not usually, not when we're talking about food plotted alone, they're usually 6 inches apart. They're about, depending on what the plant is and how big it grows, right? You're spacing them apart, but they're in a plot together, okay? So they have to grow and go through the pain and transform right next to 2 other people or 2 other plants, or 4 probably if they're in front and back, okay? So if they've got other roots around them, okay? So now we're being rooted again with our collective families, our soul families. You got to know when someone is supposed to be in your life spiritually. You have to have discernment this age, and you need to know the difference between those that are people that is like, you get to be like, nah, that's some traits I don't like, I'm going to vibrate away from that, versus a reflection of you, something you don't like, and the universe put them there, and you are trying to get away, but you're really just trying to get away from yourself because you run into somebody else or another group of people that is like, damn, I'm having the same problem with these people or with this person. That is a you thing. That is something you're going to have to grow and transform right where you are. So have discernment on knowing when to go and when to work through something, okay? Um, yeah, discernment. Part of learning yourself is value, learning your value. Okay, we're coming up on really, again, we got to look at what's hidden. We learned that lesson. We're not going to just believe shit on the surface. What's on the surface is the age of Aquarius. What's hidden would be the age of Leo. And what's back there in Leo is about the self, about ego, healthy ego. It's about projecting that healthy ego forward to the community, okay? Part of the traits of Leo incorporate or include royalty, nobility, knowing your value, knowing your royal lineage, knowing that where you come from is a rich bloodline. Where you come from is a rich bloodline. You are to uphold that value of self, of ego, of the sun. You are to shine light on self. Use your gifts. Use all of the gifts that you came with. Your beauty, your value is your value, okay? Your words are your value. Your mindset is your value. The way you think, the way you talk, the way you educate yourself, those are pivotal pieces of your value. Those are fruits of your tree that you can project forward to the community that others can pick from and appreciate. And if it comes naturally to you, that means it comes from within it. It naturally regrows itself, okay? Those are the things you can give away. Why? A little, and I won't say freely because they're of value. You give to those who will appreciate your fruit and feed back into you. And why do you do that? Because you replenish yourself in those areas because you're naturally good at it. I don't need nobody else. This is just me. This is the small area that I'm comfortable just like sharing, like laughter. Like I just love to laugh, or joy, or my ability to remember random facts that are like really useful in the moment for people, or I got excellent dexterity, that's the word I was trying to find. Dexterity skills, like I can, I skateboard, or I can roller skate. I can like do tricks and flips, and like my body can bend and do anything, and I can make people happy and bring them joy and excitement and fascination about what is possible for their bodies to do. I can do something that others can't, and I'm limber in this area. And in this area, I am limber enough to lend down my fruit. Like this limb is the one that reaches down far enough for others to be able to reach up and grab something off of that and eat off that and use that energy and be able to take that energy and share that and continue on. So focus on your fruit, your gifts, where you can share, where you are naturally getting attention. And I want to draw attention to this. Maybe you naturally get negative attention. Maybe you naturally is always being called ugly. Maybe you naturally is always being called, fat ass, or you always fat, you can never lose weight, you know what I'm saying? And, you are determined, whatever, to, master your health. And you do that by mastering your mental health first, and then the weight just sheds off, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, like maybe you've been around antagonists your whole life and really negative people, and somehow you've maintained your positive mindset, and that's something, a reserve you have that others don't have, that they're just how you make it through that. Like, there's a lot that you can use to set yourself free. There is a lot that you can use to set yourself free, okay? Whether negative or positive, whether that be experiences, but your outside environment will tell you what those things are based on the responses of others, okay? Maybe you've been over-sexualized your whole life, and it seems like, damn, well, maybe I should just be a sex symbol. That is an area of something right now that you can capitalize on more than the average, okay? So don't look at these things as a negative or a curse. Use this shit to your advantage. Come up off of religion and morality, okay? This is a system, a game, a simulation, and there's code. And the secret to the code to getting out the game is right inside of you. And it may be looking you dead in your face, but you think for some reason that, oh, you're not supposed to be this way because society said you're supposed to be this way. Well, you are who you are. Be who you be who you are. But use that to your advantage. Write out a plan for it. Use blue ink and a notebook and manifest. That is part of application. But I'm telling you, like, really sit down and think about, like, okay, what are my goals? Well, I'm going to already tell you what your goals are. Is to be financially free and to utilize where your desires and interests are and your gifts to serve the planet, to serve someone else, to leave your legacy, to leave your energetic thumbprint. That's all of our collective purposes. So no more of an age of asking little kids what you want to be when you grow up. They be who they be when they come out. They are who they are when they get here. The real key is cultivating and creating the space and the gardening and the right plots with healthy organic soil so that they can flourish and grow to their fullest. That's for all of us. So get into these collective communities where you can flourish and thrive. Now remember, it's still going to rain. It's still going to thunder. You still might get bad weather. You can't get up as a plant and go move to another community. So we need to have discernment on about what we need to nourish us, and that is found within us everywhere we go. It is seated and coded within you. What good or bad is not what you think it is. It was there for a reason. So if you're having trouble discerning your own character traits or the things that you seem like you cannot overcome, and you need kind of a discussion or a mirror reflection, someone to help you fine tune what's happening in your mind about yourself, the rhetoric that you keep running back to yourself about what may be wrong with you, I promise you that's a key, a very, very, very pivotal key to what it is you're supposed to be here doing, or how to use that energy to solve your problems, to be financially free. Okay? And why is financial freedom such a high thing and an important thing? Because as things are in the now, it's key to power. Power is energy. You want the most energy. You want the most power. And right now, the currents are running through money. Okay? And because the currents are running through money, and that's where all the power is going, to those who have the most money, you want that power. Okay? Because you having that power connected with your actual physical electrical currents of your avatar of being a melanated being, because of those connections, that type of power will transmute and wipe out and alchemize all that ever was. And that is known, and that's what's trying to be stopped. And so it's so intense for the opposition or those in power right now that they don't want you to know this knowledge. Not only do they not want you to know this knowledge, they don't want you to reach your power pivotal point. They don't want you to transmute your energy back to yourself. They don't want your power current running back to you. They don't want the abundance coming to you. So you've got all these mental things about, oh, money is the root of evil, you don't need it, da da da. No. You need it. You need it because you're the good that needs the money. You're the mind, the conscious mind that can make decisions that will be in enough power, that will have enough power to transmute and alchemize situations and all bad into our collective good. And that is why, you got to get your mind right. Okay? You got to make a plan. And you got to stick to that plan with the collective. And that's not easy to do, okay? Because a lot of us have been traumatized and hurt. And so it's time for us to clear that. So if you need help, I do sessions, but more so, I have a program that is a collective healing program that will focus on getting you that plan, working your money, okay? And really utilizing your gifts and transmuting past those traumas, okay? We don't have a lot of time, so we got to do this in a community, in a collective, and that's what I've created, okay? And so this is just something that I would have seen a long time ago and jumped on. I have before, and that's how I got here, okay? And you need others, so follow the process, make it easy for yourself, okay? We're all going through a lot of the same things. Just wanted to share that. Go check out part 1 on YouTube. Peace.